Greetings once again, spacefaring adventurers. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with Eden Zero. Now previously, Mueller tried to capture Rebecca and take the source of her time-traveling abilities, but when he was cornered by Shiki and Shura, he tried to rain down the Imperial fleet upon the capital city. But the arrival of the Orician says Interstellar, and Mueller was ultimately taken down for good. Now, in terms of my hope, I hope that with the Orician says Interstellar arriving, Shiki can potentially marshal their forces, getting a band together to stop Void, or at least banding together with those who have a similar goal. Will it be that simple? Universe Zero is full of potential and possibilities. Let's find out, shall we? Alright, nice cover page of Shura. It's still surreal to see a calm Shura. I'm so used to the manic Shura of yesteryears that a reasonable Shura just feels so weird. Alright, chapter 245, Like the Deep Blue Sea. I love that movie. Not really. Ooh, looks like it's party time and Rebecca in a very gorgeous outfit. 3 days after the Mueller Rebellion. That's what we're calling it, huh? Rebecca says, wow, this dress is amazing. Are you sure I can have it? Eugenia says, it wouldn't look very good on me. Like, oh, shut up, Eugenia. And Rebecca says, I really think it would. Everybody is in some fancy attire. Eugenia says it's not really my taste. Laguna says true. It's not exactly the princess's style. While Shiki looks around saying, anyway, why haven't we seen Shura yet? Lyra says, I know it's hard to believe, but he is the emperor. And Nessa comes in saying, and the fallout from this last uprising is bigger than you can imagine. Yeah, that actually very practical. Just like a head of state actually delegating a situation? My god. Sister says, but despite that, you've been hosting us here for 3 whole days. And Moscow says, Moskwy. Oh, come on, you can't give me a distant shot of Witch in a dress. How dare you? You see Witch and Hermit and Wise. Even Happy's in a suit, which says, and you even invited us to this beautiful banquet. And Wise gives a wry smile saying, well, if you don't get invited to a fancy feast like this every day, it'd only be right to eat everything I can. And of course, Rebecca says, yeah, let's eat. Nappy says, hi, sir. And we have Homer's meeting with Mariani, which is interesting, who says, your grandfather is a machine? And Mariani says, I mean, it's not like we're actually blood related by blood. And Valkyrie in a stunning white? It's not in color, so I don't know. I'll say white, at least here. White dress says, you're just like Shiki and Ziggy. While Sika says, I find it fascinating that you are an android with a human protege. And then the meeting between Chris and Calum. Man, Calum feels like the most understated member here. Then again, their fight was always one that just wasn't the most interesting to me in the story arc they came from. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't the standout. So Chris and Calum lock eyes, and Calum says, I can't believe I'm running into you here of all places. They then shake hands, with Calum saying, it's good to see you again. And Chris says, how have you been? And Klein just kind of beams at Calum, and Calum says with a blush, is this the little sister I've heard so much about? She's cute. And Klein says, Klein, it's so nice to meet you. And Chris freaks out saying, lay a hand on her and you lose it, creep. Look, Chris, it's your own fault for having an adorable sister. Aw, even the adorable little Aruna's in a cute little dress. And Zenolith is still in Mimi's body. Pino, who is also in an adorable little dress, questions Zenolith, asking, any changes, Mr. Zenolith? Zenolith says, well, no, my power has not returned. Pino is despondent, saying, oh no. Zenolith then says, but it may actually be better this way. In reality, my human self died long ago, and my powers have already been passed down. He looks to Shiki. Then Ruda just chimes in saying, and it's funny when Zen and Mimi switch places. Oh god. I'm shocked by how easily she adapted to that, but then again, children. Mimi even says, oh, I'm glad they're kind of okay with the situation. Oh, and of course, once Holy enters with a very low-cut dress, every man's gaze immediately just turns to her. I'm surprised she isn't being charged with murder from all the people dying from the whiplash from the way their necks are turning. You have several men asking, "Who is that beautiful woman?" Some bigwig from the Interstellar Union Army. "It's Holy from the Oration Says Interstellar. What is she doing at an Imperial banquet?" You have several people saying, this whole Imperial government thing's got a lot of problems. Really? You think so? Not that I'd say it too loud, mind you. Of course, it's not all bad. Oof. It's unfortunate. In a universe where Shura actually tries to be a good leader, is the one where he's the most criticized. But, freedom to the people, freedom to criticize, too. We have Fabiano meeting with some members of the Interstellar, with Feather saying, "We appreciate that you've maintained peace and order among the surrounding minor planet. No, throughout the entire OA cosmos." Jaguar then says, "But those Imperial antimatter bombs, we can't overlook those." Yeah. Fabiano says, "Yes. Right, I see your point." Fabiano, considering how your meeting with Jaguar went in one of the previous universes, be glad you're just getting a verbal tongue lashing rather than an actual beatdown. Victory even chimes in saying, "We won't demand that you dismantle them right away, but could you at least think about it?" Fabiano, sweating profusely and dabbing his head, says, "That matter has been discussed many times, yes." And then you have Amira getting sloshed as she slams a bottle on the table saying, "Ah, that hits the spot." Up comes Hamra saying, "I am surprised to find you," and Oration says. Amira gives Homer a look saying, "Oh, what's this? You talk as if you and I have met before." Homer, freaks out a little, saying, "No, I was merely..." Amira then says, "Speaking of which, Rebecca was acting like she knew me too." Amira says, "I know what this is. You remember me from a previous world, don't you?" Shiki freaks out while Y says, "How do you know about that?" But the very drunk Amira just starts giggling. Oh, enter Holy and Eraser. I keep wanting to call him Hot Eye. Holy says to the group, "She knows because a certain someone told us." It's Noah. It has to be Noah. With his Eye of God, he'd be able to tell. That way he could inform the rest of the Oration Says Interstellar about what's going on. That way they're clued into everything without needing to explain everything. Man, yeah, that makes so much sense. He's already kind of in league with them, but he was part of the intelligence agency. But who knows, he might actually be leading things from a higher position in this universe. That makes things so much easier. Again, Universe Zero, everything's better here. Regardless, Shiki is shocked to see Holy, and Holy notes, "So you do seem to know me too. Perhaps we were lovers in the previous world?" No, Holy, no. Hermit does question a certain someone. Eraser tells them, "We can't talk about it here. I have an idea. We'll meet later on Red Cave." Happy questions Red Cave, you mean? Oh yeah, that place with the... Ooh, it's a very sad story. That's right. I wonder if they had a happy ending. Rebecca notes, "That's where we met Nadia." Yeah, the android who had a human lover who had long since perished. I remember that story. That was sad. Not like crying sad, but a very melancholic sad. Nesha then calls out to the group, "Sure is gonna start his speech soon." And Lyra waves them over saying, "He wants all you guys to wait over here." See, the previous Shura would never share credit about anything. This Shura's probably going to speak out about maybe his failings as a ruler and who the people really have to thank for everything that's happened. But Hermit gives a unhappy look saying, "Speech?" Sister says, like he's some big shot, while Witch notes, "I wonder what this is about." And as the people in the hall murmur, Shura takes to the stage, and he's broadcasting to pretty much all over the planet. Probably the neighboring planets too, the whole entire kingdom. Shura says in his regal attire, "Attention all humans and machines of the OA cosmos. Tired of the constant warfare throughout the cosmos. My predecessor conquered several of its planets. I'll be blunt, he invaded them. I cannot change that fact." We have Nero and Draken Joe listening to this, with Joe saying, "Oh, you're a real jerk." Nero says nothing. Oh man. Shura then says, "But the Empire has now grown too large. and I am aware of the reality that has become a threat to Oi. Our goal is not to expand our territory or to form a dictatorship. What we want is a world where everyone can live in peace and security. Oh, and therefore, effective immediately, I am abolishing the imperial government, and I hereby announce the beginning of the Oi Cosmos Republic. Huh. Wow. Oh, dang. Yeah, some people are beaming, some are shocked, some are overjoyed, some don't seem to quite know what to think, but it seems to be generally positive. And the members of Oasis are stunned, with Ibaraki questioning, is he serious? And Goodwin questioning, is this the same Shura? A child asks their mom, what's a republic? And the mom says, it's a country without a king. Shura then says, and now, I would like to introduce some friends of mine who saved the Oi Cosmos when it was in peril. Yeah, I thought so. And much to the shock of the crew of Edens, a spotlight is actually put on them. You know, I'm actually kind of realizing the crew of Edens doesn't often actually get thanked for helping to save places. I think this is like the most they've ever actually been recognized for any effort they've put forward. Shiki looks around questioning, what the? And everyone bows. Ocean 6, Shura, everyone. Shiki questions this as he starts to blush, and Laguna tells them it's a Oi salute. And as Shura bows before them, he says, your love is as vast as the wide blue ocean. May we be wrapped in its embrace like that of the deep sea. Let us express to you our sincerest gratitude. Oh wow, jeez. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually taken aback by this, like hard. Cause I really mean it. I don't think they've ever actually been truly recognized for anything they've ever truly done. And to come from Shura, oh man. But again, it's a different Shura, but still. Pino starts to well up with tears, and Shiki looks down at Shura saying, oh, stop it. We're friends, aren't we? And he extends a hand, and Shura looks up at him with a smile, saying, yeah, we are. And he finally takes Shiki's hand. Universe Zero really is the universe of possibility. All those chances that were missed. Specifically, a universe where Shiki could actually be friends with a lot of his enemies. Honestly, Universe Zero is pretty much what I think Shiki would have wanted from the beginning. How he would have liked things to have gone down. I really do wonder, will this be the status quo right up into the end? Or will there be a situation where, yes, things happen this way in this universe, but maybe we won't stay in this universe. Maybe Shiki will go back to one of the previous ones. Or something will happen, I don't know. Mashima does tend to have a lot of happy outcomes, and honestly, even with how things are being changed here, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it really doesn't negate a lot of the experiences our characters have gone through. And a bad future being turned into a good future doesn't negate that we still saw a lot of what happened. People died. And these people weren't revived. These are people who have lived completely different lives. That's still like, man. But we are amassing forces to really take on the Eurasius Says Galactica. What's left of it. We've already taken down Mueller. I'm still surprised. I don't know. Something about... It felt too easy. Like to have already taken down a member of the Eurasius Says Galactica. But I don't know. We'll see. But this was touching to me. As someone who's read through the series up until now, this was like a happy tears moment. But I really believe the person who informed the Eurasian Says Interstellar about the whole situation of alternate worlds and timelines, Noah. Definitely Noah. It's been established, it makes the most sense. And I'm one of those people who are just like, no. Go with the obvious if it makes sense. I'm fine with twists, but if it's just a twist for the sake of a twist, then cool, but I like a little bit of foreshadowing sometimes, you know? So Noah makes the most sense. I'm just wondering still if Amira is part of the Interstellar, Eurasius Says Interstellar, what Noah's position is. He's still part of the intelligence agency, and considering how things have kind of worked out here, what about Jesse? I mean, he also comes from Leonard, and they're still all missing. Everyone from that planet. Elsie, Justice, Jesse. Is that the next stop? Are we gonna deal with God Noella? I really do wonder, because she still exists? That's the thing that really gets me. And is it still Elsie's mom? I wonder. Well, let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments section below, as also what you thought about this chapter. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.